What's up? What's up? Finally, holy crap. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Sunday.
Yes, it is Sunday.
Happy Women's Month.
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
Women's Month. Kind of funny how that worked out for us here.
Right? Oh, yeah. I'm glad it worked out. So, yeah. And welcome to Melanin Manga. Welcome to Bitches Reading Batman, another segment. I am your girl, Sheena. She's a key, aka Bruce Baby. That's what Anika called me. And then we have, of course, our girl Carrie, unofficial, official geek, unofficial. You know what I'm talking about. It's our girl,
Good to
fucking
know.
Inja, my other half came through.
Hi.
What? Inja's here? What? Oh.
Right.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. I'm so happy you came. I am so happy, so happy. And I just like the way that it turned out. So
Yeah.
bitches getting together through Women's Month. Happy Women's Month, everybody.
Happy
We love
Women's
all the women here. Yeah. So we thought we would talk about some of the baddest bitches in the DC game. And we switch it up a little bit and talk about some of the baddest bitches in the
Yes,
game. So
indeed.
yeah. And I thought it was fitting too because this is one of, Inja's favorite runs. And I was like, hell yeah, let's have her on and everything worked out. So here we are.
Yeah. So, Gotham City Sirens is really cool because it is written by Paul Dini. And Paul Dini is actually responsible for most of Batman the Animated Series, including the introduction, the official first appearance of one Harley Quinn.
Okay.
So that's a thing. And you know what's really interesting about Harley Quinn and Paul Dini is he wrote her into the series, Batman animated series. It's supposed to be a one-time appearance, and
Oh shit. Okay.
it took a while for them to get her into print. Her first appearance in print is outside of continuity in Batman Adventures 12. And for those of you that don't know that are joining us, um, but her first time in continuity happens during the No Man's Land time period, and it is also written by Paul Dini.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Hell yeah. So
Hi.
we're gonna say hi to the chat first and then we'll get into it, right? Is this lady, I cannot wait to watch your one thing tomorrow. Your the little interview that they did of you. So
Ooh.
yeah, that's all yeah. Yeah, we love you.
So,
I just saw the thing for it.
Hi, baby love.
I got
one of the cool things about Paul Dini creating Harley Quinn is he models it after a friend of his. That if you are like me and spent your childhood watching soap operas with your mom, you may have watched Days of Our Lives and you might have met Arlene Sorkin, who is an actress on Days of
bitch.
Our
That
Lives.
is my shit.
Okay, so
Marlena, you said?
what?
Marlena, you said?
No, Arlene Sorkin is the actress's name. She played a
Oh, I was
character
like, what? Okay.
in Libby.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
What?
and she actually also is the the original voice of Harley Quinn. He knew her from college. They met in
Mm-hmm.
college. Hmm.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that about him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I used to run home and watch Days of Our Lives back in the day. So my mom, that Young and the Restless was my mom's stuff, but Days of Our Lives was the other one. And when you
Truth
said
be told,
Marlena, I remember I was like, do you remember when Marlena was possessed? Hey, how are you? Welcome.
truth be told,
So
I
yeah.
was a ABC. All my children, One Life to
All
Live.
my children. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That was my jam. That was, Susan Lucci and all that, But
Okay.
Mike B. Jordan, actually a recent Oscar winner, got his start
Hell yeah.
on All My Children as Reggie Montgomery.
Cool.
That's crazy.
So, little tidbit of knowledge from me to all of you.
Carrie coming with the facts. I like it.
Always, always. I just be pressing buttons. Carrie spits facts. That's what we do. Okay.
Dude, Carol,
But Angela,
I
you tell
loved
us.
Gunsmoke. That was my shit getting ready for school before
Oh.
like the MTV and VHS videos would come on. It was Gunsmoke when I woke up in the morning before middle school. And then Gunsmoke would go off, and then I'd hit the MTV and VHS videos.
Yes.
Getting ready for the bus. I love that you mentioned that.
MTV all the way in the morning. When I was younger, it was all about watching either the Bozo Show or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some Tiny Toon Adventures.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved Carrie, did you ever watch My Life with Louie, the cartoon?
No.
Oh man.
Oh.
Dang.
No.
I was like, you named all these. I was for sure you would have watched that one too.
Oh, okay.
Dad, I just remember this one little snippet. I will always remember it on that cartoon that you just talked about. So Louis was little, right? And just the one that you're talking about? He was little. And his
like
dad,
with the intro, he would ride that little big wheel in. You remember?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he was like Stewie in Family Guy. That's what Caroline is saying.
Yes and no, like because Family Guy's like
he
off
wasn't,
the Richter with the shits. Louis was more
right.
family friendly.
More family friendly.
Yeah, but it's based, isn't it, off of Louis, off what's his name? You know what I'm talking about? The comedian
Louis Anderson.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. I just didn't watch it. Yeah. I think we got to the like there was a point where my cartoon watching kind of switched over to mainly like Batman the Animated Series and X-Men.
Yeah, girl.
Okay.
And that kind of thing. And yeah. Hence why I'm here. But yeah, that was the main things I was watching was those things.
Nice.
So my Inja, so I don't know if she's gonna tell you, but like I said, it's special to my Inja because this is kind of part of her origin story as far as like getting into comics, and it was this run, right, Inja?
So this was my second one. It was
Okay.
crap. What's the shit? Oh my gosh, I just went blank. Y'all, I've been dumb for like the past couple months with the brain fog.
God, I know how that goes.
That happens.
Why can I not think? With All of My Girls. It's another one that's like all about the ladies.
And how about Bombshells?
No.
Gotham City Garage?
No, this is gonna bug the shit out of me. No, it's like with Oracle and
Birds of Prey.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
2 points.
There you go. Carrie. Coming through.
Yeah, these were like back to back for me.
Cool.
Did you start kind of with the Chuck Dixon Birds of Prey, or were you more Gail Simone?
It was Gail Simone, I think. That's the New 52 run, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Yeah. Screw Chuck Dixon and his pro ice BS. Yeah.
It's crazy to me though, because I feel like a lot of people gave Gail Simone shit. Like, I think her writing is great, but
I love Gail.
Yes.
I love Gail Simone.
But I know a lot of people have given her, well, I guess you have to look at the audience that's giving her crap, but a lot of people have given her crap, and I don't feel like it's warranted. But
I think you have to look at, exactly. You have to look at the people that are giving her crap.
Yeah.
And then decide, oh, do we really care what these people think?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Survey says no.
Amir, hi. Yeah, Lisa, I love you.
Do we have a puppy sighting? Do we? Puppy
sighting?
Wild.
Yeah. Because she couldn't go with her daddy, of course. Yeah, mama.
Yeah, Caro, I can get behind
Mama's baby. Oh my goodness.
If you follow her on social media, I'm no longer on the app formerly known as Twitter. I'm no longer on that one. But I follow her on Facebook and Instagram. But on Twitter, she had this whole time period where, you know, Gail Simone may or may not be a bear. That time period was just it was everything. Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Right. I like how Caro talked about how she doesn't take herself seriously and she's smarter than most writers. Because brains and humor are the total package. I don't care what anybody says.
Just FYI, anyone watching, I'm coming to you live from what I think is a cold. So if I sound weird, don't adjust your screens. I am a little bit under the weather. Just in case you were wondering.
Is it allergies?
Ma'am, I really hope so.
Not the ma'am.
I really hope so because there's just so many things going on in my life right now that it's just like, man, I do not need this to be sick. Like there's certain situations, certain things going on that like I'm just sitting there like this kind of just changes like how I act in those situations if I'm you know. And
so I'd say it's probably a little bit of both. I'd say you are mentally, physically worn out, your body is, and then with the change of season, it's just that hellacious combination.
Maybe.
Your body's needing to reset.
Possibly. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I go take another nap. I took a nap before I got ready for today. That was the best idea ever.
Yeah. Girl, I was on
naps are the greatest.
Like I was on that struggle bus too. It was like an hour before and I was like I really need to sleep.
I got to shower. I got to make myself look at least halfway presentable. And then, and it was just like I was fighting that whole like, oh, I could go back to sleep and then just, throw a comb through my hair. And then hopefully, Ninja accept that from me.
Oh, have you ever watched any of our old shows?
I did it.
I still have a picture in my phone of Ninja. When she did a live, she literally had this much of her face showing, like she was Kenny from fucking South Park.
Yeah, girl.
She was sick, and then she like just put it, and that's all you could see through the whole thing. And I couldn't look at her because I kept laughing. And
I looked rough as F, and I was like, there is no effing way I'm about to go on this camera for people to see and to be able to see from years to come with me looking this rough. So we sure did with the hoodie and all.
She came into the fucking studio. I was like, oh my God.
Y'all gonna catch me slipping, but not that bad.
That part. Come on, baby. Yeah, no, we help as you are. Love you either way.
Line here. Why is it just Inja that gets to stab people?
Girl, because that's my thing.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm getting to get to the point where I'm like,
you literally have this conversation. She's not lying. Lady is not lying about this. She is whole ass enough.
Carrie, don't take this the wrong way because I don't mean this badly, but I feel like coming from you and Sheena, like it would be like they would see it coming, right? Because you all are very like truthful, like in how you feel and like like how people rub you and stuff. But I feel like for me it would be like that surprise, like stab you with a smile on your face.
I think it depends on. No, here's my thing. I'm like that weird person. Like I forget. Like I'm sure there's a horror movie where this happens, where someone is just like, I hate that I'm doing this to you, and they're crying.
Yeah, I can see you doing that too.
That's me. I'm that
Me.
kind of, like just like, oh my god, I like kind of like some like mommy dearest type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, just, no, why are haters? And like all that kind of no, man, it just I think that it depends on who you're asking, like what kind of person you're going to get from Carrie. Like there's certain people that would be like, oh, Carrie's just going to go hide in the corner.
Yeah.
And then some people are like, Carrie's going to go, like, if you don't start none, there won't be none.
Yeah. And probably who you're like about to stab also. I'm sure that probably comes into play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely have people in my life that think that I'm the consequence of FAFO. But then I also have people that probably think, no, she'll be in the corner like crying.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who you ask, honestly. But so
I love it.
Gotham City Sirens. So what is it that you love most about this book, Inja?
So this is just me speaking from like the time that I kind of got into comics, like so when I first kind of got in like by myself as like a young adult, I have always had this thing for villains. Like, I don't know what it is, but I've always been like, before loving the morally great people was cool and like rooting for villains was cool, like that was your girl. Like, I just love that. Like, I love the twisted, like, kind of darkness, right, in people, but then how they also can have like these redeeming qualities. So, that's kind of what Gotham City Sirens like did for me. It was because it was first of all, it's like these badass chicks, which we've always heard the stories about the big 3 or 4 or 5 in DC, and it's usually always the men, aside from Wonder Woman being thrown in, and sometimes Hawk Girl, whatever. But it's always like the same people, right? And so, I personally feel like everybody, even if you're a hero, has some sort of darkness in there. I feel like heroes have more so than the villains do. And they kind of keep that under wraps, but don't really, you know what I mean? But I don't know. They just like drew me to them just because of I just love like the banter between the 3 of them. I love like them as individuals. I love them as a team. I love how they are freaking gorgeous and on fire, and not just like physically, but like their personalities, like their strength, like their humor, everything they kind of represent. I love the interactions between them. I love how they have these moments of like being vulnerable, but then they're strong as fuck too. Like, so I think that was like the thing for me. And then it's the whole thing with like you were talking about with Batman the Animated Series. Like, I love Batman the Animated Series, and like the Superman the animated one, like, and then like the Justice League season 1 and 2 that they did, like I love all of that stuff. So the fact that I felt like this story in itself kind of felt like a spin-off or a continuation into like more background into them of that series. Because like when I read this book, I like hear the voices as like how they're portrayed in the animated series, right? Like in commentary and stuff. It's like I'm hearing the voice like from the animated series. Just like
it's hard for me to read Harley Quinn and not hear Arlene Sorkin.
Yes. So I mean that was I don't know. Hopefully that kind of sums up to why I liked it so much. But
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
I like it because it is, very similar to what you were saying about how I have this thing for morally gray characters.
Mm-hmm.
And have this thing for, when it comes to like male characters in DC, some of my favorites are Batman, who is morally gray, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But even more so like Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Magneto is a good example because we got Lady Fantastic coming to us from the world of Marvel
And I love
here, and
that.
Magneto, yes, is one of those morally gray characters because you look at Magneto and you look at especially in original texts involving Magneto, where it's like this is a dude that survived the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're like, okay, if
Right.
anyone is going to have good reason to have their villain era, I mean that's one, you
Yeah.
know and
Right.
so um I love morally gray characters. I like especially even in recent books where writers are kind of giving a little bit more credit to characters like Selena Kyle
Mm-hmm.
and Pamela Isley and Harley Quinn,
Mm-hmm.
um, to exactly how strong of characters they are. Um, and I think personal opinion, this rings very true, specifically with this book for Pamela and Selena. The only time I don't know, somebody could try to convince me out of it. The only time I feel like it falls a little bit short involving that is with Harley.
Why is
Um,
that?
um, I feel like you have Harley, or excuse me, let's approach it this route. I feel like you have Pam and
Hi,
Selena
Keisha.
kind
Okay,
of
keep going. I'm sorry, Chris.
kind of written as characters that have more out front intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that Paul Dini. The thing is Paul Dini originated this character. So when it comes
Mm-hmm.
right down to it, he has the authority at this point when this is published on what Harley Quinn is going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not until later with other writers that they change that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that could just be my thing and my preference as to the way that Harley is portrayed. I prefer other writers, but even so, the silliness of Harley that needs to ring through with everything
Mm-hmm.
is definitely on display here, and it's very good.
Yeah. I feel
I love
like
it.
Harley, I don't know. So like where Selena and Ivy, I feel like are more seasoned when it comes to just life and what it means to like be involved with someone with matters of the heart. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Harley has just kind of like discovered what that's like, and so it's more of a not really childlike, but you know what I mean, like adolescent approach to things. Like she's more
Yeah,
like gullible and vulnerable, so it
yeah,
makes her
gullible
look
and
like
vulnerable sound like good words. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, but she's super, like we know she's super smart and
I'm
like
sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Caroline.
no, you're good. She's
Carolyn,
super smart, and
the baby.
um she knows like how to read people, and she knows like I don't know. She know like she's able to understand others and where they're coming from, but then not when it comes to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's able to do these things for others, but she's discovering like these new feelings and like things she hasn't experienced herself before. So I feel like she's kind of, while she's still kind of on that path of like young love, not really young love, but young love in a sense, making like all of these mistakes and things like Selena and Ivy have already kind of like
they made those mistakes,
been there, done that, right?
Yeah.
And have grown for it. Like they're in a different point in their life than what Harley is. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like it all kind of depends on like how you look at it, maybe, because I feel like Harley is a very strong character, and they do use like a lot of humor with her, and that's kind of like her coping mechanism. Okay. I feel like you know, like they each kind of have their ways to cope, and like anyone who's been through like trauma or has dealt with a traumatic experience, like we all kind of have our ways that we cope with things, right? And like you can tell, like when you get into like one of the issues of the story, like when they go home for the holidays, and like Harley, not only was she in a dysfunctional group, but she came from a very dysfunctional family too, right?
Yes.
So like she has had to learn how to cope at a young age, and so maybe that's the way she has always kind of coped, is like if I make things humorous and if I can find the joke, or you know, like find a way to laugh in things, maybe it's not so serious, or that's the way I can keep kind of going through, or you know, whatever. Whereas Selena and Ivy kind of take more of a serious approach to things, deal with their trauma in a different way.
Excellent point. Yeah.
I love it. Oh, my Angel. I miss listening to your brain.
So what were your alls like? Did you all have a favorite series in the trade? Was there like, did you have a favorite story within the first book?
Poison Ivy trying to solve those murders in the park that were made to look like they were her.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good one. Right. Taking on the detective role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite ones in there, you know.
I like that one too. That was a good one. I like too, like, cause like their whole like meetup or whatever, you know, like they've had trust issues like in the past, is like they've kind of, you know, it's kind of expressed or whatever. And so they formed this like ragtag kind of group. And one of the things they try to get out of the way is like making sure that they can trust one another. But then they go about it not in the way like a hero probably would, but in the way that a villain would.
And you know what's really interesting about that is because at that point where Gotham is in Gotham's story, you know, in particular, with Batman being presumed, spoiler alert, being presumed dead.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when they're just like, okay, so we know you know who Batman is.
Yeah. And
they're trying to get her to confess who Batman is.
Yeah.
And it's like Batman is, you know, she doesn't, she knows, but she's able to deflect that, because as you read on, you find out who Batman is.
Yeah. Girl, when I tell you the first time that I read this book, and you know, it goes through like the backstory of like Selena and Talia, and how Talia is like teaching her how to kind of keep her intrusive thoughts about like who he is like buried in secret. Yeah. When I tell you, when she said Bruce Wayne, I was like, dang, this bitch failed. Talia did not do what she thought she did. But then she started naming other people, and I was like, oh, okay, we're good. I was like, Nana's going through this whole backstory, and then she named him anyway. What?
I'm good.
But then it kept going on. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing now. We're okay.
The whole, you know, Talia versus versus Selena thing. You know, Selena, I don't know if it is just what it is about Talia, but Talia has, you know, just because of her place in life, she's able to do that. She's able, but Selena, there's just a little bit more of a openness to caring
Yeah.
there
Mhm.
that I think makes her a little bit more vulnerable to all this.
Yes.
Right.
So, Sheena, did you have a favorite issue out of the book?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the first part of it, even though I didn't understand what was going on at first. But once Carrie explained certain things to me, uh, and then the one that too where they went, Harley called herself being a fucking detective, and Catwoman went with her, and then I was just like, when they went to go look for the dog, that part was funny. But other than that, I think it was the first one, even though I wasn't understanding. Like when we first started reading it, I was like, I text Carrie, I mean, message Carrie, and I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, okay, here's the thing, this, and this. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to understand this. And she was like, no, 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 just keep reading. You'll figure it out. And I'm like,
You'll
all
figure it
right. And then, yeah. And I was just like, no, I don't think I will. And then a couple pages in, I was like, oh, okay, I think I did. So, but
So
yeah,
like
it was
I'm
intriguing
literally
to
getting
see.
these messages. I'm listening to these voice messages on Instagram, right? And I'm my job, like I happen to be in the field that day, like going to different because my job, I'm a community manager for HOAs.
Uh-huh.
So I happen to be in communities like and I like so I'm sitting there and it was like I finally took a lunch break. I'm sitting in if you're from the Midwest, you know Portillo's, right? So I'm
Okay.
sitting in Portillo's and I'm getting these messages and I'm like, okay, so here's the thing. So like old timey music, like oldies music playing in the background. I don't know if she could hear it, but I was like, let me break down exactly what's going on here. It was kind of funny
Right.
to think about it.
Yeah, I love.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess with this one, you would have to know that it is like in between like the Hush and like Heart of Hush stuff or after.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I felt like it was one of those like I hadn't even read any of those when I read this one, and I was able to still kind of like get the like I felt like they did a good job like once it got into
Yeah.
it, you were able to pick up the bits and pieces, and so
Mhm.
it wasn't like a I mean it's kind of like you were thrown in, but it wasn't like you were like drowning in it, like you would have to really go deep dive into previous
Right.
stuff. So I felt like they
The
did
girls part did it.
with that.
Right. The girls part did it. And like you said, they kind of did a good job where you can jump in. It was the Riddler that was throwing me off. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it just skipped over him. And then I understood like they took him captive, but I didn't understand like what, like all of a sudden it just went over to him. So I was
That
very
was like
confused at that part. This
after,
part.
because if you remember like the villain or whatever at the beginning, he kind of knocked some sense into him and knocked him out of Ivy's like
Yeah, yeah.
hold that she had on
Right,
him.
right,
So he came back
right.
too, at the end of that first one. And so then like he went back to kind of doing like what he was doing before after he kind of changed his ways. Like he had started this
Hmm.
detective agency, self-proclaimed detective agency, where he put his talents to use instead of like he's like you can tell he's still and I like his story too. Like I
Yeah.
like that they've thrown him into
Yeah,
that you can tell that you feel like at the beginning he has a handle on this new so-called like turnaround or whatever, but then like
And
when you read deeper
uh-huh.
into it, you start to see he does not. And so like
the threads are starting to fray there.
yes,
Mhm.
he very is like
Yeah.
dual personality, and he is like has this war within himself where he really does have like this. He has one part that's the Riddler, and then one part that's Enigma, and they are fighting and at odds with each other. So I thought that was really cool to see, like
Yeah,
even
like
with
here.
him, like he tries so hard to like turn a new leaf. And that's why I like the villains and like morally gray characters too, is because they work extra hard. Like when they want to try and do things the right way or semi the right way, it's not as easy as just doing the right thing. Like you have other factors and things that play into that.
Right.
So like I love this interaction here between Batman and the Riddler and how they're sizing each other up.
Mm-hmm.
And the Riddler's like, this guy is a different height, different build, different voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like, I know based on all this information, this is not the original Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, Dick Grayson, who is in the Batsuit, is sizing up Riddler as well.
Right.
I really enjoyed this interaction between the two of them.
Well, I like the one too between him and Hush himself, like earlier on, you know, because he was like he was the only one that was like, this isn't the Batman, like, or this isn't. Was it Bruce Wayne or was it the Batman? In that one, I can't remember.
Bruce Wayne.
But he was like, this isn't him. But and he was like testing him too. Like he would like throw certain things out there to like see if he caught on, because he knows, like, he's had so many dealings or whatever. Like he knows how smart. Like he's on par. Like Batman is on par with Riddler, I feel like, and I feel like Riddler knows that, and that's why he kind of respects him as his adversary so much. Is that like he knows his genius, and he knows that it is at a level that his is. Like he's able to be creative and like think outside of the box, and so I thought that was kind of cool. I think that was like the third, maybe four. No, it was it may have been the second or third issue when they were when the Riddler goes, or Enigma goes to save Angela with the fishnet top and the skirt. You know, she's kind of like punky looking.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, I think it was that one. When the Batman and Enigma kind of meet up, and Enigma's like, this is not the original.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of like having this, like, I don't know, this back and forth, trying to like
sizing each other up. And yeah,
I like that part.
This was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then how he's looking at him at the end, like trying to figure him out.
Dude, and I like too. I was like, okay, Enigma, what's your game? Not you saving her and then y'all going out for wine. I was like, look at you,
right.
Mr. Smooth Operator.
Oh yeah, yeah. That Enigma.
Because she didn't want anything to do with him at first, and then she was like, okay, maybe he ain't so bad. He did save my life.
Right.
So, and I don't think, oh yeah, that's a cool cover.
Yeah,
like
some of these covers in the, you know, in between. Like one of my very favorite covers of Harley Quinn is in this one. And when I saw it, because even though I know I own the book, I own the hardcover, and I own the little compact one, and I opened it and I was like, Carrie, I love this picture. I need it so bad. And I know I was telling her it was on a free comic book day chart box one year, and I was like showing her that Keisha had it. So I was like, man, I really want this thing. So I don't know if we already passed it, but it's in there somewhere.
Who loves the Gaggy stuff?
Who loves what?
Who loves the what?
Gaggy. The Gaggy stuff here.
Dude,
the Gaggy. Okay, yeah.
That story. Can we talk about though how his anger is misplaced? Like,
yes,
not him being mad at Harley when I feel like he should have been mad at Dick Grayson, because that's when his life really turned around. when his family like was like the main attraction of like the circus or whatever, that's when his life really took like a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
Oh, there
He
it is.
doesn't even realize it, but he has.
Oh, I was like, but we're gonna fixate on Harley. Like, really, you should have been after.
Right.
It should have been Dick Grayson. It should have been the one that you were like focused on and after.
Right.
But we gotta act like Harley's all her fault.
Mm.
Right. Okay, that's the part you guys are talking about.
No, did yours? Gross.
Ew.
Right?
Seriously. Come on, man.
I felt fucking sick.
Come on. Have a little self-respect. Have a little self-respect. Who the hell is this?
Probably a bot.
Gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little sad, but I don't know. I don't think I was as sad as maybe what like I should have been in his backstory or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Joker, the Joker does what the Joker does, and like he goes away. He's not useful to him anymore, and he's like on to the next. Or when he's grown out of something, he's like on to the next. And it's sad because like Gaggy still kind of held like, that was like sentimental to him, and he still kind of held on to that, and it was like, if I set this all up and have the Joker kind of remember, like our good times together, like he's going to be so surprised when he comes out of Arkham. Like you could tell that was kind of like his mindset, and they would get to pick up from where they left off. But the Joker had already kind of changed and like progressed.
Yeah.
At that point, and Gaggy's still like living in the past and is fine with being under his shadow. But and then the Joker makes it clear like that no longer like has anything to do with him. Like he's so beyond that, like childish to him, and I don't know. But yeah, that part I do feel kind of sad, but
man, can we block this asshole?
Yeah.
I don't know if interesting. Well, violent.
No, it won't let me do anything. I don't have.
I'm looking at it anyway.
I have no power. You'll have to do it, Sheena.
Okay, hold on.
I can go on my app and report him.
This guy that doesn't know how to talk to ladies. Yeah. No.
Don't even highlight them. Okay, anyway. So what's another one? Oh, what you were talking about though? Huh?
We're talking about Gotham City Sirens, not this asshole. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Don't even pay attention to it.
So
I love the. Go ahead, Karen. Go ahead, love. I'm doing something anyways. Go ahead.
Oh my God! Yeah, he needs to be reported right now.
I have.
If somebody has, you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So just take a minute. That's why I took the comments off of the screen, like like where it shows comments on stage. I took that off. So so they're removed. They're banned. You're good. We can continue on.
Good. God. Alrighty. So Harley's being taken hostage by Gaggy, and they have to come save her.
Poor Harley. But if anybody were to be taken hostage, it should have been her. She's like the best one to handle a situation like that, I feel like.
It kind of reminds me of the Suicide Squad, where she's with that president of that one country, and then she decides that there's too many red flags and she kills him. And then and then the rest of the Suicide Squad is develop this really great plan to save her. But she's like, let me just save myself here. Let me get myself out of this situation. Yeah. And she comes across them, and they're like, we're gonna save you. And she's like,
it was a really good plan too. She's like,
Dude, she's a mess. I love too, like how her thought, because I'm gonna tell you, like, no offense to my men out there, okay? Like, we love you, we mean it, but
No, I just had the feelings. It's
if
fine.
the man is going to be owned and put down, it's going to be a woman that's doing it, and they can cut deeper than anybody. And so I love how that was her go-to way of fighting back. Like,
Yeah.
she was like, "Let me take this motherfucker down a couple of sizes," and she did, and I loved it. Like, she was able
Yeah.
to like get under his skin like it was nothing. And I
Yeah.
was like, in true female fashion, like we're so good at doing that.
Nice.
So that was like the part that I
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
the most. But she didn't have to use like brute strength. She didn't have to be physical.
No.
She didn't have to do any of this stuff. It was just attacking his ego, because sometimes they have
Mhm.
egos for no reason and
Right.
are very prideful. Not all, but she knew that he was, and so she acted accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Robert, what's up? What's up? Hey, boy.
Cool. How did you guys like the art all the way through?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I did. I did.
There's definitely, I felt like when I was reading it, I was like, oh, there's definitely a fan service, especially with March's work, like the way that the girls were angled and the way that they would fall or, just be standing or something like that. And I
Oh yeah.
wasn't hating on it, but I was like, this is definitely, some fan service when it comes to the women and the way he drew them and stuff. So,
Girl, I don't think it's any different from the animated series, though. Because if you
right, you're
watch
right.
the animated series as an adult versus as a child, like,
Yeah.
I feel like you definitely can see that. And so I felt like it was, I don't know, I feel like this book is pretty on par to kind of what how the animated series is.
Well, I mean, it's if you think about it, these people are wearing spandex and lycra, and silicone and all these things. It's like, what else is this supposed to look like?
Yeah. Dude, I love the little like, I love how they added Zatanna in there. Like, I loved her little cameos. That was really cool.
Uh-huh.
And then what is her name? I forgot her name. The one that's like remodeling their house, that was part of the Tweedledum gang. Like, I love how she's in there. Yeah, I like how they added these, like, the little cameos of like different people. It was really cool.
I was just looking at the original publication date. June 2009 to August 2011, 26 issues total. Yeah.
Robert, I love you.
You could be a bitch reading whatever you want.
Yeah, it don't have to be Batman.
Doesn't have to be Batman. You could be bitch reading Heated Rivalry right now. But just be reading is all I care about. Even I had somebody tell me, because we were like, I was at a group meeting for work, and they said, I really just read when I go on vacation. So maybe I read like one book a year. And I was like, you're reading. You're reading more than a lot of people do just by reading one book. So you're reading. That's all you need to care about.
Robert, I did not see your first Lego set you bought. I'm going to have to see it. We should do our Lego sets together, because I still haven't finished mine after 2 years. Still work in progress.
I still have a classic 66 Batmobile that's sitting here that I have not opened yet to
Harry, why?
I'm okay, so I get intimidated by certain things, and I get intimidated by stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Where if I open it, I'm like, okay, I need to know that I can finish it in one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And that kind of thing. Like I get intimidated by really big books. So
Mm-hmm.
like I read the first Game of Thrones book via
Uh-huh.
audiobook, and then I was like, they all look so big, I can't do it.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. I get intimidated. Very intimidated.
Well, girl, don't let that intimidation rule you. I'm gonna need you to open that setup pronto.
That part.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna need you to work on it and show your progress because I want to see it.
I mean, it is an older set. Like it was actually gifted to my boyfriend like a few years back.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Here, I feel like you're gonna build this before I do." And so he gave it to me, and now it's still been sitting here.
Well, okay, so we gotta put like a not like a strict deadline on you, but like an obtainable deadline, like
Okay.
maybe before January 1st of 2027.
You're on.
Okay, promise.
Yes.
Okay. Yay, my girl came. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. It will be made before then. Yes.
Okay. See, you
I
got
can do
this.
that.
And that takes the stress away of you putting that unobtainable goal of having it done in one day. And now you
I'll
have
still probably try to do it all in one day. Like,
well,
I mean, I'll probably sit there and be like, okay, this is if I take time off from work at some point during the year and like nothing else is going on, I'll be like, okay, this is the day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this Lego. And it's gonna work.
Okay.
And it'll be done all in one day.
Dude, so whenever you think you're gonna start yours, tell me, and I can start back up my Lord of the Rings Rivendell one again, and we can stream it together, so we can be each other's accountability partners.
I feel like Rivendell might be a little bit like bigger task.
It so is.
Than my little Batmobile.
Hey, but that's okay.
But it's gonna look cool.
It looks really good so far. It's just, girl, the pieces piss me off so bad because there are certain parts of it, like once you get to it, the way you have to maneuver some of the things, it breaks off other things you've worked on. And the way I wanted to like rage quit and just throw the entire set against the wall and just watch it break into a million.
Oh my god!
Multiple times.
I know that feeling. Yep.
I didn't. And I know it's going to be amazing once it's done. Like it's a beautiful set. It's just the.
Do you have somewhere to put it, Inja? Like on display, or are you just gonna just tear it up and that's it? Like put it back in the box?
I was gonna put it on my TV stand in here in the bedroom because I like after the blood, sweat, and tears that it's been putting me through and has put me through. I feel like I need to see that bitch every day, right? Like,
no doubt. Flip it off every time you see it. You're like, you.
Just walk by like, I love you, bitch, but you know.
Yeah, right. Like you were almost the death of me, but I won.
I have defeated you. There could only be one.
I've seen that Game Boy Lego set.
Yeah,
and it's the OG, like the gray one, right? Like yeah, I've seen that one, and it's really cool. I've been wanting someone to put that together. I'm gonna need to see your progress on that too, my guy.
Have you seen the one like same kind of idea, but it is like the NES game console?
Have I seen that? I don't know. Let me look that up and see. I feel like I may have seen that one at Barnes and Noble, maybe. Let's see.
You're just like, you know what would make this really cool is if it was a working game console when you're
right. Done. Yeah, girl.
But we know it's not.
Yes, I have seen that one. So I think I saw that one. It may have been Barnes and Noble. I saw it, or I've just seen it online. But yes, yes.
Sheena's like, let me just bring this back to the original.
Right?
You're sitting here talking about
No, no,
No, she's like,
no,
nothing going way off
no,
track.
no. I was gonna say,
bitches,
no. I was gonna
building
say that
Legos.
I really want. I fucking hate Legos. I hate putting Legos. I hate puzzles. I hate everything about them. I don't. I fucking hate Legos. Right? But if I was to own a set, I would definitely want that Batman animated series one, where it has like the whole little pieces of Gotham all in there. You know what I'm talking about. But that thing was like $350. You can kiss my ass for 300.
Yeah.
Better get my dick sucked for $350. So,
Hey, Dibber.
like,
Go in there for a
no.
minute.
I'm trying to see if I can like reach like a little one that I got. And it's like a little one. All right. And I got it for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Go get it.
A little
You're
like a little Batmobile with Batman.
Cute.
See, like I can build this.
I would have to highlight you. I can't do it.
And he came with like a little Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love it.
And
So
so like
cute.
I can build these little things pretty
Yeah.
easily. And so like I just put him like standing on the Batmobile here.
Dude, the movie, the Batman movie, the Mr. Freeze one, that one had me in a chokehold. Like that was one that I could watch over and over again because
Really?
yes, I love that one because why
Oh.
is Mr. Freeze like the most the most toxic but like sweetest sweetest lover ever?
That's
he's
one of
bad.
those things where it's the morally gray character.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
the
he
mor-
was my start into like my toxic love. Like,
it's like everything he does, he's doing for her.
yeah.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay. All right. So, that works for me.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Yeah, because
Okay.
girl, I was over there explaining everything away he did.
Like his wife is sick and he's trying to do research
yeah.
to help her.
Right.
Yeah, I love that movie. That was like one of my favorites.
I love the way that
Hilarious.
Victor Freeze is presented in the Batman White Knight universe, where he's
Oh,
just
yeah. Yes.
a little bit more
Yes.
sympathetic, and he like in that first, I think it's in that first series he dies, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that
Bizarro
run.
is a misunderstood character. Bizarro is a product of his environment and a product of circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Solomon Grundy was one I always felt bad for too.
Yeah.
Even though he was not a good person when he was alive by any means, but after he was dead and like zombified and had kind of forgotten about all the things, like I always felt sorry for him too.
Yeah.
Well, we do
Comics
have a
on the
soft
edge.
spot
It's
for a
okay.
monster.
It's okay if
so.
Bizarro made you cry. You don't have to worry about being tough with us. We got you.
I know.
So it's really funny because we're reading Gotham City Sirens, and we just got off of, and Sheena and I got off of reading Dark Knight Returns. Sheena is like dropping this knowledge on me, like oh, this is what Alan Moore says about it, and it's all deep.
Mhm.
Like it's all deep and stuff.
Just the fuck out of here. I had one fucking moment that I actually like contributed something, but no, girl, I just came across that and I thought it was crazy. But it was something I thought you already knew.
Yeah,
and I'm always
like
behind.
Gotham City Sirens is just like, this is just like fun.
Yeah, it was just like a little anthology, like almost of just fun stories, And once I let go, I think that was cute. Like when Enja had said, well, you can just kind of jump in and not know, like, and all that stuff. Like when I had said, I didn't understand what the hell was going on. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. And I knew that they showed the Riddler right at the beginning. I thought he was just going to be background noise. So when it skipped over to him, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was just one ongoing story. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't think it was going to jump around and do all this other stuff. And that's what was confusing me. So I think I already had this notion in my head about how it was going to go down. But once I let go of that and it was like kind of skipping through and it was like, oh, okay, it's just like, okay, I got it now. So, but yeah.
Gotham City Sirens is like the filler after the Hush stuff. Like when you watch anime and you have those filler episodes, like that's how I feel like Gotham City Sirens is.
Yeah.
And then it's like a filler within a filler
Got
because it's like you kind of go through their journey as a team together, but then you have these filler kind of episodes that they have in the midst of that. And then you kind of get to the nitty gritty of like where they have these circumstances that could possibly break them up. Their trust is tested because that's what they're like built on, and
All
that's
the
what they
time.
value most, right? Because they've been kind of each of them have been screwed in their own way, where trust has been an issue amongst the people that they've cared the most about. So yeah. And I feel like Sirens, like it is very fun. I feel like you can take it as serious as you want to, right? Because I feel like it's one of those stories that it definitely has different levels and depths to it, so you can get out of it what you want to. Like you can take it as a fun read, and there's not much to it. But then I feel like if you really kind of analyze it, there's a lot of like meat and potatoes there, right? Like there's a lot going on with the characters and some of the things that happen. And you really getting to get into their head and like a close look at things. So it's got a little bit of both, but it's all like what you want to get out of it.
Yeah, you get out of it what you want to get out of it. But the thing is what's really cool about it is that kind of story. You can get out of it what you want to get out of it. If you're just sitting there saying, hey, I need to fill my next few hours, just sit here and read Gotham City Sirens. And that's just be like, you just read something really heavy, like we did with Dark Knight Returns. And it's like, now we get to have some silly fun.
Yeah.
And Harley Quinn running around with her hyenas and finding out her hyenas have killed a bunch of the neighborhood dogs. And you're like, whoops. That's silly fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to call that silly fun.
Yeah. But then, like, also you get, like, the one that I would consider kind of like a filler episode is, like, the one where they go home for the holidays. And, it's, they all kind of go their different ways or whatever. And you wouldn't think that it's one of those that's supposed to hit deep. But then when you get to Harley's family and you kind of see, like, especially with her dad, right? Like, you kind of see, okay, so this is kind of why she fell into the Joker the way that she did, is because her dad is the same way. And then she allows herself to be manipulated, right? Because the people who are supposed to love her and be in her corner and be the ones to protect her aren't that, but she wants to believe that. And that's kind of stemmed from, like, her dad, like you can see. Like, he uses her, and she, like, willingly, you don't really know. That's the one thing that I like about the end of that story, is because you don't really know if she falls into that or if she just kind of lets him say what he's going to say and then goes along with it, and then, like, that's the end of that, because it never shows her giving him the money or, like, giving him the info to getting money, right? It just shows her going back to the home that she has with Selena and Ivy. But, like, I mean, like, something like that, like, that's pretty heavy, but then it's done under the guise of, like, being comical and lighthearted.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do in this situation? It leaves it open for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, man, this is a lot of fun doing this and doing the the show and doing the Gotham City Sirens. I really enjoyed reading this overall. I've been really, really straying away from doing like reviews of comics lately. Because it just we've talked, me and Shane have talked about my feelings involving online comic book stuff and everything. And
Yeah.
but I really
Mhm.
love this environment where we could get together and just be, a few women just talking about the same comic book and having those experiences where we can talk about things like this that maybe you don't hear on other people's broadcasts.
Mhm.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was
No
fun.
doubt.
Thank you all for letting me join. Like, I'm so excited because this is one of
Always.
my like
Always.
favorite. I'm probably gonna put that up there as like one of my top, like favorite DC books.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
honestly, that could just be the nostalgia piece of it.
Maybe. But
I
that's
just
a valid reason.
yeah, I just really think that it's a good one. Like just everything kind of in general. Like I don't really have any gripes about it. I mean, I do feel like there could be, it could maybe flow a little better, or give a little more detail into like what's really, kind of going on. But I do think it does a good job too of like how I think about the animated series, how like you can start kind of from any episode, and even though prior things have kind of went on, and it'll mention that like in whatever episode you're kind of on, you're still okay with starting from the
Right.
middle, kind of like go along
Mhm.
with it and pick up. Like I kind of feel like this book does a good job of that. Like
Yeah.
But yeah,
Story of the week kind of stuff.
yeah. And I love that it does kind of jump. I mean, because like if you read it in trade form too, I feel like it's kind of like it'll throw you off, right? Because when you have something in a trade form, you think that it's going to read like a regular book where it's going to be consistent and make sense, right? But like because they are actual comic issues, it's going to jump from story to story.
Right.
And that's kind of what that does too. But I mean, like, I feel like it still does a good job of like you being able to understand what the big story is, which is like the relationship between the three of them. And then like seeing that they each
Mhm.
kind of have their own stuff that
Right.
they are dealing with, and how
Right.
that kind of affects like their relationship going forward. And I do like how whenever one of them is in trouble, regardless of how they're feeling about the other, that
Right.
they will drop whatever it is right then to go and like it was Harley first, and then it was Ivy, and then it was Catwoman. But every time
Woman.
they
Right.
each dropped whatever it was, and they went to go like get their girl.
Right.
So yeah, so thank you all for letting me join, and thank you for talking about Gotham City Sirens.
Always.
I very much
A
enjoyed
lot
it.
on your channel.
So
No, I'm for real. I'm glad that this happened, and I was just like so excited that you were able to make it, and this is dope. We need more, just like Carrie said, we need more women talking and having space to talk, and and we're always, I don't know. I feel like sometimes we're always pinned against each other when it shouldn't even be like that. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I agree. This is
Thanks,
great.
Robert.
Needs to happen
Not,
again.
not so much the boys either. It's more, yeah. And hopefully
So
we'll be back. Huh? What were you gonna say, Carrie? I'm sorry. Go ahead,
go
babe.
ahead.
No, I can't remember. Go ahead. Go.
I was just gonna say. So I think we're still working out on what the next bitches reading is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
that bitches reading is going to be taking a month off. So be on the lookout. We're going to post probably to social media what we're going to be reading next once we figure that out, so that you can read along if you want to. Or you can
Right.
just show up and be spoiled. Up to you.
That part.
But it'll be, it'll probably be a comic book. It will probably be something within the DC world, I would imagine.
Right. So yeah, we'll see. But like she said, we're gonna take a break because we did do two this month. So I just come up for air for a little while. So, but yeah, we'll be back probably in May, sometime in May. But until then, you take care. Inja, I love you. Thank you
You
for joining us. And I know my Carrie didn't feel all that great, but thank you for still showing up and everybody in the chat that showed up and hung out for however long you did. And we love and appreciate y'all. All right. Yeah. And happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day, right? And the bitches are out, man. Like
bye.